Welcome back to the chat. Like the worst angle. Okay, so last night or 2 nights ago, we saw a freaking bug in our apartment, and we live in Texas, so there's a lot of cockroaches, nasty creatures that kind of piss me off. And so we've been seeing this type of bug multiple times, and it's been driving us crazy. And we're like getting the sprays, doing the things, and so we're like, you know what, we think we need to like deep clean everything. Again, my home is pretty minimal and already decluttered and not as nasty, thankfully. So we're like, yeah, let's just like clean everything, aka me, because I love cleaning. So last night I just went into the kitchen and just started taking everything out, wiped everything down, because there were so many crumbs and just random stains and liquidy things that I'm like not a messy person, so I'm like, I don't know how that happened. But when you're cooking a lot, I guess, you know, you just have crumbs everywhere. So I sprayed everything down. I have like this it's like 7, I forget the brand, something with a 7, and it's like a lavender non-toxic spray, and apparently lavender is really good for them, so I'm like, for the bugs, so I'm like, that's kind of perfect. So I sprayed all my cabinets down, and I organized the crap out of my kitchen. I wish I filmed it, but you know, when you're in it, you just don't even want to do other things. Like, you just want to focus and not get overstimulated, because I think if I did record, I'd probably not get anything done. It took me like almost 2 hours to deep clean everything, which is like really fast. But I'm just gonna explain what I did, and maybe I'll show you guys. But I went from one side of the kitchen and I worked my way around. Funny thing, but when I was a kid, I used to do this with my room. If I would get overstimulated or my room's super messy and I'm like, I just need to clean it, I would like go, okay, let's start here. And I would like slowly use this, like I would do this to my head and like my hands, and like use it as a tracker of like, what do I need to work on first? And it's kind of funny because I think it's kind of that 1% tactic where like you just focus on that 1% and then it will trickle onto the other things. So I think doing my little meter thing that I did as a kid, I did that with my kitchen last night. I'm like, okay, let me start on this side and knock everything on that side. So it would be like the top cabinet, the drawer, the bottom cabinet, and then the table on that side. And then I'd move my way to the right. And guys, it was just organized and not as crazy, because sometimes you just don't know where to start. I feel like that meter really helped me to kind of know where to begin. And it was just so satisfying. Like, I'd open up the cabinets, take everything out. What I did was I refilled all my random pantry items I had. So like flour, brown rice that was in a bag, what else? Oh, cocoa powder, which was expired actually. So I think there were a lot of expired things that felt so good to just throw it out, especially because I'm trying to be more clean and like not have any toxic or like crappy food. I just threw a ton of stuff out, so that was kind of nice with my pantry. And then I refilled it into my glass containers. So I was just doing that, and then once I finished that, I would spray everything down, put everything back, and then I'd move on to the drawer. I'd open up my drawers, organize it, and really think about, do I use this? Like, should I throw this out? Should I replace these? And I would just kind of go through that. To the bottom drawer, sprayed it down, organized my pans, and then I moved on to the other portion, which was my like spices and all that stuff. Checked the dates, just threw everything out that was like expired, and pretty much just went through the rest of the kitchen. And it was so satisfying, so nice. I actually did throw out a couple appliances that I don't use, like an air fryer I never use, or some utensils I just don't use. I had a few plastic containers that we never use, and I'm not even doing plastic, so threw all of that out. Felt so good. I had some plastic plates and cups when we first moved. Just threw it out because we have real ones, like we don't use that anymore. Oh, and one of the things that was really helpful was rearranging some of the order of operations in the kitchen. So for example, I used to keep my cutting boards on the bottom cabinet where I typically cook, and like it's my station. And it is kind of annoying. My husband would even say like, we should probably move these, like it's kind of hard to like always go down and grab them. So I moved them to the right upper side cabinet. It's like a small one, and surprisingly they all fit in there. So now when I'm cooking, I'm just gonna pull it out instead of having to like reach down to grab it. And they always fall over, which is also annoying. So I did a few adjustments. There's a couple things that I still don't know where to put. For example, I have a ton of trays that always fall over, and I can't seem to have a good spot for them, and they're just bulky and annoying. So that's one of those things where I'm like, I might not know, there's probably no solution for that, so I'll just leave it. But everything else, I just, yeah, it worked out. Let me think what else. Yeah, went through all the things. Changed the station of where we used to do our protein powders and shakes and things. Moved it over to where the cups are. So now where the plates are, it actually looks beautiful. Like, it's all seamless. It just looks so organized and clean and low-key like an art wall. Like, it looks like an art piece. I'm actually going to show you guys because I feel like this just makes you feel more creative in the kitchen, especially me. I'm not a huge, I don't, like, cooking stresses me out. But I think having some sort of, like, making it feel like it's a art gallery or an art piece, or like I am the chef, like making, like romanticizing it just feels so much better. So I've just been kind of playing around with the design of my cabinets, a little bit extra but also practical. Like, it just looks cute and it looks nice and it's organized, and it just has like a nice chic touch to it. I do want to do that with my spice rack because it looks freaking crazy. I did receive like a spice container sticker thing, but I ended up returning it, and I don't know, so I need to get that again and make like a nice rack and make it again aesthetic, nice, functional, just something to kind of spice things up, if you know what I'm saying. And then yeah, I went through the whole kitchen. Everything just looks so good. I wiped everything down, swept, and we also, yeah, that was pretty much it. That was last night. So today I woke up and I felt so good. I'm like, wow, it's a clean kitchen. I know where everything's at. And again, I declutter pretty heavily anyways, so for me, I try, like, I don't have to clean my kitchen as often because it's very clean and simple. Like, even my pantry is pretty empty. Like, we don't have any junk food really, so everything just looks very minimal, but I just love it, and I feel like it fuels me and it makes me want to, like, now I want to like clean the kitchen, or sorry, clean the closet and just keep it going. I will say I did declutter my closet like a month ago, and it looks so messy. That's probably the one thing that I can't keep organized and clean, and I just need to figure that out. But the kitchen, I feel like I have a good system with like making sure everything has a home and I use every single thing. I don't just have random appliances, random crap that's just laying around. I'm very like particular with that. Maybe that's why my closet is so messy, because I use everything in my closet. I'm always like changing and doing laundry. And what I've been trying to do is when I do laundry, plan my outfits for the next day and have like new piles. But I think because I'm always in and out, I just throw my clothes in there. So maybe I should get bins or something. I don't know. I need to figure that out. But yeah, that was basically my rundown of cleaning my kitchen. Again, felt so good, so therapeutic, and I just loved it. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what I did. All right, so this is my first cabinet. Again, there's just lots of simplicity here. Have all my jars, my glass containers, my pour over set, just a couple things. I don't really use that, but we'll just have it. Yeah, so this is like one of my favorite spots. And then this is my little cute, oh, it kind of looks messy right now. But yeah. Again, this just feels like a work of art. Like, it's so beautiful. I love it. I will eventually get rid of these because they're also like kind of plastic. These are like my new ones. But yeah, it's just chic, simple, clean. We love it. And then just basically showing you guys my kitchen. This is where we keep our cups and my protein stuff that I was telling you guys about. These are just our little mugs. These are actually my bamboo cups that I love. They're not plastic, they're bamboo, which is really nice. But yeah, this is just great because we'll like make our shakes or whatever we need and we just pull from up here. Cups are here, very easy, functional. And this has become my cutting board drawer that I was telling you guys about, and then our little like medicine cabinet. This needs a lot of work. These are just my spices and things. Kind of organized with this thing, but it's kind of messy. But this is where I typically cook and do my thing. And then I did organize this a little bit. Again, I don't really use these. These are silicone. I don't know, I might just get rid of this. This is so basic, but there's that. I do want to get rid of these and then replace them with like wax paper Ziploc bags. Same with these. I want to get rid of plastic. So it's just like a slow declutter. Again, I try to not get so overwhelmed by cleaning. That's underneath here, just my glass bowls. I am gonna get rid of this, get a glass one. I did have one, but I lost it, so. And that's my charcuterie boards and things that I love to use. And these are just like my pots and pans. Again, I'm very minimal. I actually don't have a lot, but that's how I like it. And this is where I keep my towels. This is where my measuring stuff. Again, I use these containers just to organize it a little bit. Super basic. I don't want to show you my pantry because you guys will be like mad because of how clean it is. This is my posters. Again, this is not that organized, but yeah, keeper sunglasses. This is our junk drawer, technically. Have our straws, utensils. Yeah, I want to get more of these things. I feel like they're really functional and nice to use. And then this is underneath our sink. Again, it's not that clean, but I try to keep it simple. I am going to get rid of these and get non-toxic ones. I've had these for so long and they're taking me so long to get rid of. And this is a spray I was telling you guys about. It is the Field and Future all-purpose cleaner. I guess, yeah. Oh, this is the Field and, oh, I guess it's the same thing. Yeah, that's what I've been using recently. And then, yeah, I was cleaning all my jars. And then up here, it's my lunch boxes, my flower vases, and then some more cleaning products. Yeah, and that's basically it. Nice and clean. Hope this was helpful if you're looking to deep clean your kitchen, your bedroom. This is just kind of a good framework, and I hope this inspires you, gives you some ideas. I will say I did this with no budget. Like, I didn't go out of my way to buy anything. I already had some things for my bridal shower, but if you really want to, I would highly recommend getting like glass containers, the spice rack labels and things. I'd recommend getting just a ton of jars and things, or collect them over time and refill them, just to give each place a home, and that it just feels more organized and clean. I would invest into more containers for your actual drawers, like to organize some of your stuff. Yeah, and if I were to start all over, I'd probably slowly buy new kitchen utensils that are non-toxic, because it's kind of annoying to just go back and having to throw some stuff out. Not gonna lie, I'm like half and half. I have a lot of wooden glass utensils that I knew during my bridal shower that I wanted non-toxic. Yeah, so I guess just like over time, just knowing what you want that's gonna be long lasting for the future, for your kids, just making sure like we'll keep this forever. And yeah, I don't know if that really makes sense. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. Again, this fits with my lifestyle and how I pretty much cook every day. So I use a lot of stuff, and I think the more appliances you have, the more stressed you are, or the more pots and pans you have, the more stress to wash them, to just keep it condensed. That's my whole like formula, is like condensed living. Like, we don't need a lot of stuff, you know? So, and when it comes to your actual space, when you're cooking, cleaning, everything is just very light and airy. You don't have a ton of stuff everywhere in your cabinets. When you're opening it, it's like you don't want to look in there. That's just not my life. Like, I hate that thought, to open something and you're like, it's so nasty in there. Like, no, especially when you're cooking, you're already overstimulated. I just like a very calm home, a calm kitchen. That's my big vibe. I hope this inspires you guys to just do that today, whatever that looks like. If it's your bedroom, it's your space, to just get it done, and you will feel so good, especially as a wife. If you're a mom, like, this just fuels you and makes you at more peace. So love you guys, and I'll see you next time.